Hello and welcome, my name is Ajaxpost and you join me here once again in Transport Fever 2, having a quick wander around one of our loveliest and southernmost of our cities, Dien Bien Phu. Well, we did, to be honest, spend a little bit of time in the last episode, but it's part of a little bit of a review I'd like to do at the beginning of this episode. We're going to start off, I'm afraid, talking about buses again. And as you can see here, we've got two bus routes, in fact, a yellow bus and a blue bus, reflecting the industrial and commercial areas of the town. Actually, I'm looking at this train station, which is looking very busy. Sorry, I need to turn the UI back on, don't I? There you go. 215. Do we need more trains on there? Quite possibly do. They only carry 96. How old are these trains? 5 years. We'll let them be for a moment, to be honest. Anyway. Buses, yes. The thing is, whenever you start talking about internal urban buses, about the bus routes you have within a town or city, then you open yourself up to all sorts of discussion, should we call it that? And I'm not sure if as yet there is any definitive answer to the question of what makes the best bus route design within your cities. Now, I spoke last time, prompted by a comment by Cole Mortimer 1066, to say, I found that this route works really well. Would you like to try it? And I sort of tried it with, obviously putting my own spin on it. That video, that was the last video, then opened up to a comment from Gigi, who said, yeah, you it's okay, but you're not actually doing what you said you would do in those bus routes. What you need to do is this. So we're going to take another look and just see how the bus routes we did redesign last time have held up in the months succeeding that, or succeeding, yeah, I think that's the right word, since that last episode. So we've got two bus routes here in Dien Bien Phu. It's going to be quite obvious shortly why I've picked Dien Bien Phu as the place to start. We've got our commercial route, which goes round there. And we've got our industrial route, which goes round that way. They do go in a sort of counter direction. So one goes, as it were, clockwise around the city, but focused on the commercial area, which is the commercial route, obviously. And one goes in a more broadly anti-clockwise direction, but focusing on the industrial route. The industrial areas of the town. If we look at the overlay, we can see where they all sort of link up. Another thing I've actually done since the last episode, I have actually installed a mod called Better Graded or Better Grey Overlay, something like that anyway. There'll be a link to it in my collection on Steam. A link to that, of course, is in the description below. So yeah, so it's got quite a nice distinction between residential, industrial and commercial. So those routes should work out, and as you can see, they're making money. It's not quite the case though if we go into the place we started doing this in, which is Baghdad. Again, I think we've got a stop here which has got both of them in. Oops, losing money. Oh, that one is making money. Awesome. But as you can see, looking at the finances, actually no, the industrial one's quite good. It's not too bad. It is modestly profitable, whereas the commercial one is modestly unprofitable. Whereas I think before I started the work in the last episode, this was just one big route going through all these stops, and that was actually quite profitable, more so than this. So I am losing money doing it this way, although they may be feeding more people into the station, so you make it up that way. I mean, the key point of urban bus routes, really, if you're playing the game for its economic aspect, is to get people into the trains, which make you loads of money, like 2.5 million, for example, there on that line into Ajaxima. So I'm keeping an eye on these towns to see if my bus routes do make sense and where they need tweaking. But there is one I want to move on to and try a slightly different approach yet again. Again, prompted by, I'm in the wrong part of the mat, by Gigi's comment on the last video about clockwise and counterclockwise. And also because, if we go to our vehicles list here, These buses in Jakarta are getting very, very old, 21 years old. Though we have a fair amount of passengers waiting here at the station. And, well, 2 stops really, and that's it. So we're going to sort those out, I think. And we're going to do 2 routes here. I'm going to try the clockwise and counterclockwise idea. But the slight problem I've got is how I've built the Jakarta stations in the first place. We don't really have any room for expansion. Or we could actually, I suppose. Ooh, we could, because I'm just thinking, I like my bus routes to go through a station, as you know, whereas the ones in Jakarta, which does both cargo and passengers, no, not you, I want the bus, that's it. Both the cargo station here and the passenger station here, they go in and out. It's much more efficient if they can just go straight through. But if I'm having 2 bus routes, I need a second platform in this bus station. And passenger platform, I can't put one in. I can make this one bigger, which actually I think I will anyway. It is getting quite busy there. But because I've got this terminal station here, which makes sense because it is the terminus of this particular route, I can't make my station here any bigger. Although, what I could do... Now there's 2 options here actually, I'm just thinking. I could make this train station, I could move the building further along the platform, or I could do that for the cargo end of the business here. Yes, actually I'll do it that way, that'd be easier to do, I think. So if we go to the freight station here, we'll configure you, and what I want to do is if I delete you, can I configure this? Oh, I can to add. What I'll do, we'll move the cargo out. I can't do it. Can I put passengers there? I could put passengers there. Okay. But what I want to do is put the... Okay, if I put cargo... Okay, we might lose our cargo here. So what I'm going to do, I think, is if I put passenger there... The trouble is the cargo platforms are that much bigger, aren't they? But if I put the passenger there, will that work? Okay, let's try it. Nothing ventured, nothing gained. So let's remove all those modules. Put passenger platform in there and there. Can I put car? I can. Actually, if I get rid of that again, I like having a little house at the start where the man sits, where the guy who runs the office for the cargo distribution. Actually, we'll put in some of these little warehouse sheds. I can't put you there, but what if I take to the station, lead another little bit of platform. I'm gonna have to make sure they connect back up again, aren't I? Make sure I don't forget that, please, if you would be so kind. Actually, we'll put just a loading bay there. Okay, and street access to go through. Actually, no, not that one. We want a proper one. We'll use that. Okay. Right, now none of this links up, so we're going to need to configure this again. Put in some cargo buildings. Will that work? Or that one won't. This one. Sit. Nope, you're still not connecting up. What about if we... remove... Actually, let's remove all this. Put in a cargo building which will connect up. A bigger one. Ooh, you will. Good. What about a bigger one still? If I put you there... that's... Ooh, this is feeling terribly laggy all of a sudden. I don't usually have problems like this in the game. if we... No, we'll put the other one in. Like so. And then come out of there. Okay, I think we're okay. Right, so that's all connected again now. So we can actually have two... Oh, I've lost all my goods though, that were sat in the truck station there. Oh, well, I'm sure there'll be another freight train along quite soon. Okay, so we've got two platforms for buses, so I can do a proper just clockwise and counterclockwise route here around this town. So we'll see how that holds together. Excellent. Now, while we're in the area of Jakarta, there was something else I wanted to deal with here. And that's this grain farm, which is dumping lots of grain at this train station, but it's not getting shipped because we've got one fairly modest train running it. Although it is only a very short distance, that route, isn't it? Yeah, it just goes there. Let's see. 76%. But then actually that is because we've got a truck route here taking grain from Kiev Farm up here, which I've recently upgraded, as you can see there, just 1 month ago, to put on some slightly bigger 9 capacity as opposed to 6, and a little bit faster. How fast do these guys go? 40 as opposed to 30 something, whatever it was the previous vehicles did. We're still getting a lot there. Do we need any more trucks? What's the rate on this? 208. That should match up actually. So we're producing 200 per year. That's how I read it. and the rate on the route is 208. So that should keep up. But yeah, I think we need a bigger train here, because food is becoming more important now on this map, as we'll see again in a moment as we revisit a route again that we created in the previous episode. So this train here, it's not that old, but if we go to manage it, it's was it, yeah, 9 years old. It's going 40, which is okay, and it only carries the grain in, doesn't it? Yeah, it doesn't carry any food back. We've got a separate route. Yes, this orange route, which takes the food out of that factory into our main freight network. So we want to make this bigger. Can we simply add more wagons to it? How fast? Actually, what train is this? The Class YE. Ah, there you are. 43. Okay. Do we have any grain wagons which go faster than that? Not yet. I have a feeling, I have played on a bit to test a few ideas out off camera. I think we do. I think we get some faster wagons shortly, but I think for the moment we'll take the more of these Tomus, add a few more of you on. Yeah, there we go. Go on, 208 capacity, 144 meters in length. I need to modify that, which I think should be okay for these stations. Yeah, that's 4. So that's 1600, or sorry, 160 meters, and that's 4 as well. So that's fine. I mean, it's not a problem if a train overhangs the station. It just means there's a. I've lost it. I have lost. Where's the train coming from? Oh, up here. There it is. Yeah, it just means there is a delay. There is a penalty for loading and unloading if the train overhangs the station. There you go. You're going to take 208 away. Oh, that's good. That's good. So with any luck, that will be able to keep up. Splendid. That's that job done. I also want to. We were looking. Were we looking at? We weren't. Yes, that's right. I have looked at Kiev for a off camera. We've got a lot of passengers waiting here. We've got 2 trains, but they are quite small. 72 people each. Actually, what's the... No. How many people we got waiting there? 225 waiting at Ajaxpost. So we've got over 200 passengers waiting at each station. So I think, yeah, those trains do warrant an upgrade. I mean, they're quite old now, aren't they? So let's have a look at that. You are currently running 62 miles an hour. Okay, that's good. Your power rating is mediocre. So what train are you? You're the Russian S. Okay, get rid of that. And ooh, we have got electric. Ooh, we've got electric locomotives now. You're gonna go 47 though. No, I want faster than that on a mainline passenger route. We want to go faster than that. Do we have the multiples here going any faster? Oh, yes, you do. We put you on the Izmir route, didn't we? And you have a capacity of 72. Ooh, which matches what we've got now. That's good. Could use you, I suppose. You cost just over $1 million a year, whereas this one costs 1.2 million. If I added another wagon to that, that might work. Well, let's see. Can we do anything better than that? You go 59. Yeah, 62 is our current top speed here. What wagons are we currently using? The Oha. That's you, isn't it? I think I want a bigger, better train than the Russian Class S. Okay, we'll stay with steam. And the Class S, there you are. 880. Okay. Well, should we keep it Russian? We'll go for the SU, which is 1200. Okay, so we'll add you in. This is going to be a more expensive train to run than the electrics, or indeed this one, but I think it'll be alright. So You're the wide gauge. Don't want the wide gauge. I assume that's a wide gauge, 1067. As I've said several times before, I am no expert at this train malarkey. So we will use a few more of these. Yeah, 24s. Okay, so we'll add. Make you 96. You've still got a good speed power rating there. Actually, can we put on another train? Oh, which one are you? Oh, that's. You have variations on that. So you're a third class brake wagon. Yeah, let's do that. You carry 24 as well. Okay. So that's gone back down to mediocre, but it's 120 capacity. Yeah, let's do that. Let us do that. So where is this train now? You're in Ajaxpost. Yeah, I think you're looking a little bit... Are you? That's a funky looking locomotive. Very impressive. Oh, that's better, yes. They do that. Sometimes when you change them, particularly if they're stopped at a station, they will sort of condense. They will shuffle up a bit, won't they? Alright, that's good. So we've got that going now. Now, I think for the final exercise in this episode, we mentioned it before, is we want to bring into operation or bring into use some of this other industry we've got round here at the sort of far south of our map. So we want to take some of the oil from here. We're not using all the oil coming in here into the oil refinery. Take some of that away into the plastics factory here, the chemical factory, and feed that into our goods factory. Which means, we've turned over the year. Excellent. Let's hold on a moment while these go through. Some new wagons again, all 62 miles an hour. Oh, is that it? Oh well. I was just thinking there was another thing I wanted to do before wrapping this episode up. But we will. We'll do. See if I've got time at the end. Well, this shouldn't take too long because we want to just add in another train route going into chemical factory there. Now we have got a fairly congested line here already. If I narrow that down, which is one of the reasons I think why that grain station here wasn't getting so much grain delivered, because the trains were getting clogged up here with the oil trains coming from the crude oil wells. So I think we're going to add another platform here, which we can actually keep separate. It might need to cross over. Okay, we might need to change it over. Let's see what happens when I actually rebuild this. Now the issue here is that I've been adding ordinary train track, railway track, to the station for the bypass tracks, not station track, which means I can't extend this station out here to the bottom of the map, as it were. So I just need to actually delete a little bit of this track here and here. Actually a bit more than that. Let's get rid of all that. I think that should come back okay. And here I'll put you in, and then here is where we will have our other platform. I suppose I could have the bypass tracks running outside of the station, but no. They'll still have to cross that track, won't they, to get back to the food factory. No, I think this works fine for me. So we'll do that, and we want some cargo platforms over here. Okay, we'll just make it 160 in length. That should be sufficient for the time being, at least. Then I'm going to delete those tracks again. Once you've actually built both sides of your station, you don't need the station track or anything else in the middle there to keep it working. There is an invisible kind of connector which you can just sort of make out going underneath that spare ground in the middle. So the connectors are still there, even though the track and the platforms aren't actually station modules as such. I want to put some of this back, not catenary. That's fine. I'm going to go straight through again. Yeah, I still insist on doing it this way around. Yeah, I'm strange like that, perhaps. To there. Good. All right. Now, what I think we will do is, yeah, we'll have the train going to the chemical plant on the inside, and we'll have the train coming up from the oil wells here on the outside. So I have to rearrange all this again, aren't I? Okay, so I'll just get that track back in. You can go through the middle, like so, like so. And this track here, it is possible. Just play. Actually, the fact there's a bit of a, is there a kink there? Is that what the problem is? Not entirely sure. But let's. But you can actually, if I bring you out a bit, can you line up, please? That it did sort of click there. There was a sort of click point. Well, I think it joined up. So if I do that too. No, there's no switch or anything there. So I don't want this to be too short and too curvy. Okay. Let's do it this way then. Playing silly beggars. Right, 81. That'll do nicely. And can you go to the other side? You can. Excellent. I'm not sure we need that specifically, but I've done it that way anyway. And we'll have double slipping there. Because what I want to happen is this fuel refination route to actually go to the other platform, which is the Rangpur Oil Refinery, platform 2. What do you mean you can't? Oh, it's just the train is stuck, isn't it? So we go to the train. They do this, don't they? Reverse you. Reverse you again. No, it just needs to... Okay, go back that way then. Right. And we'll build a new plastics station, a new station here for the plastics. And that will... Ooh. I mean, to be honest, it could be trucks, couldn't it? Do I need a train to do that? Have I just wasted time and money doing that? Could be trucks, couldn't it, actually? No matter, we're going to live with this. I've made that change. So the thing is, I probably had that plan in mind to start with. I thought, well, we'll do this by trucks. And then when I actually came to record it, decided differently. We'll have a 3-point there, so we'll have you. You're not one way, are you? So you can wait here, and you can wait there. Yeah, in case there's any trains going through on the fast bypass lane. Okay, you're going in there. I suppose ooh, where are you? Oh, you are going through. Yep, that's the fast train. Now you will carry... What's your capacity? 112. And got 230 there waiting. And I think I need to make that platform bigger, but we're not going to worry about that just yet. Yeah, let's get this truck route set up, I think. We can do that. We've now got some fairly fast trucks now, going at least 40 miles an hour, which is fast enough. So we could... Where should we put this? We might as well put it down here, I think, by the train station, as opposed to the docks. Actually, no, we'll put it by the dock. I like that idea. So we'll disconnect you, and we'll put in a cargo building. Cargo, there you go. We'll call it the Rangpur Chem Oil Bulk, because it's delivering the oil in bulk-ish. These trucks will anyway, for purely chemical use, as opposed to fuel or anything else like that. Now, do we have a road depot around here somewhere? We should have. That is you. Good. So what vehicles do we have available to us for carrying oil? Refined oil, that's what we're looking for. We have got a new Opel Blitz, which goes at 37. We've got this Russian tanker, which actually goes at 40, carrying 9. As opposed to 14. Well, use the Russian one, I think, for this. Although, oddly enough, it's described as horse-powered, as opposed to diesel. And the emissions are much less. I wonder if that's a cheeky cheat by the modder. Anyway, yeah, it's not passing through any built-up areas, so emissions aren't an issue for us, but we'll see how that goes. So we'll put 5 of you on there for the moment, yeah. And we'll put you on the Chem Oil bulk line. Unable to find... Oh, because there is no path to that stop. You're absolutely right. Absolutely right. So we need to... I shall upgrade this... Upgrade this bit of road. Like so. Then remove that. Yeah. And draw it in. And draw that in. Like so. Good. So... Are they not on that line yet? No, they're not, are they? So we go to the depot. We'll put you on that line. Excellent. And I should, of course, colour those vehicles. Will these vehicles take colour? I'm not sure they do. Oh, they certainly rattle coming out of there. I mean, they do make a lot of noise. I mean, I'm no expert on Russian vehicles. They do look rather Russian. Yes. And they'll get that kicked off. So I think the next step in this, obviously, is to take the chemicals from there to the steel plant and get goods underway from there. We have got a lovely road bridge here, which the game provided for me when I built the map. But as I said, we'll probably make that... Oh, something's gone wrong. Probably make that a train. Train 52? Oh. Okay, why can you not get there? Why can you not get there? I do not understand. Unless you're at the station... don't know, actually, this station needs to be longer, doesn't it, anyway? Okay, we'll wrap this up with a little bit of station maintenance. So we'll ignore that for the moment. We'll configure that. Actually, I think I probably ought to get some of this track out of the way. That'll probably remove the path that it requires. We'll make this station a little bit bigger with some of this high-speed track along there, and some more platform along there and there. I get some more track back in. It's not bad speed on that curve, it just looks a bit wonky, doesn't it? So I think if we just take that and put you back in like so. Yeah, that's a bit faster and looks a bit nicer. Okay, and we'll then cross over like so. Signals. We want one-way signals for once you've exited the switch and going into the switch. Okay, and we've still got a problem with the path on that, even though there is clearly no problem with the route. Okay, train, if I reverse you, now you're going back there. Okay, I'm sure there was a reason for that. So where shall we finish this off? I think let's take a ride on that Kiev train, I think, is what we will do. So there's Kiev here. Do we have a train? That we do. And you are one of our new 120 people. Yeah, we've still got loads of people waiting here. So yes, I will say thank you so much for joining me today for this episode of Transport Fever 2. I hope you've enjoyed this. If you have, it'd be great to hear from you. A little bit of a like would be lovely. Just click on the old thumbsy uppy button. Even better, if you've got anything to say about what I'm doing with the game or the game itself, or suggestions for where to go next, or if you feel like having something named. If you've got a great idea for a name, for a vehicle, for a route, for a station, for an industry, whatever, then please do. Whatever you feel like saying, drop a note into the comments box below. That would be awesome. And of course, if you've not already subscribed to the channel, then you could do that now. And that way you'll know when I upload another one of these or any of my other Let's Play series. But for now, I will leave you with a ride back to Ajaxpost Maxima, our main passenger hub. And I will see you again in the next episode. But until then, bye-bye for now.